Hi guys, Diplomat here, and I'm still locked up in Blade Master's child labour factory, making YouTube videos, so I'm bringing you another commentary of Yawning Firefly, Jaw against Total War Rebels Bobi, so let's get into it. Got Rome against Macedon, and I don't know the name of this map, but it's quite a strange map. There's two sets of forests, obviously. I don't really like the map. Don't seem very balanced. But we'll see how it plays out. As well, this is a really strange flank. So on the Rome side, we have two Saki Equites and a Legionary Cav, and two Saki Equites and Legionary Cav. So 4 Saki Equites, 2 Legionary Cav. Quite a lot of Cav. Three slingers. It's a lot of skirmish power. Asati Legionaries, Principes. So he's gone for mid and low tier infantry, not too much, and a lot of cavalry and a lot of skirmishers. And then obviously Legatus General. Can't really see the Macedon army at the moment, so we'll go over that later. It's difficult to know how to approach these battles when you can't see the enemy's army. So I guess he's just gonna edge up to the little clearing over here, and then see how to approach. But from what you can see, the pikemen and the archers, it's kind of predictable what sort of build it's gonna be. Obviously, pike skirmishers, a couple of melee units, and there's probably some pretty good cav. I would have liked to see some spears on Rome side. The gladiator spears can do a lot of damage, and the vigiles are really cost effective. They're basically levy freemen without javelins. So he's moving up now. He's putting his skirmishers at the front. Don't really like this because if Macedon has some skirmishers closer up, they can get free shots on these guys. They've not got as much armour as the Principes or something. They'd be better to put in front. Now we can see Thessalians and Aspis on the flank. So yeah, it's pretty predictable. You know that Macedon are going to be bringing really strong cavalry when they've got pikes. He's moving up in the centre. Now we can see the long line of pikes. Mixture of levy pikemen and normal pikemen, I think. Yeah, 3 of each. So the Cretans are starting firing. They're not going to do too much damage, but it's really not a good position from Rome over here. Even the Thracians aren't dying very quickly to the slingers because of how much forest there is. Oh, we've actually got 5 skirmish units, so there's 2 Syrian archers as well. I'm not really liking the Testudo. Kind of vulnerable to cav charges, but Bobi's not capitalising on that. He's still firing against the Testudo, which is just a waste of ammunition. And now we see him move up along the line. Now the Thessalian cav are going to get in. Going to destroy the Hastati. Yeah, they did big damage on the charge then. They might be leaving these guys in a bit too long. Yeah, they're going to get caught by the Saki Equites. This isn't good. He should have pulled out as soon as he charged in then. And now Joe's pulling back along the line, but the Thessalians have got another charge over here against the Legionaries. And the Aspis are kind of getting overwhelmed. Just a stupid charge, to be honest, with the Thracian warriors straight into the Principes. These guys are best on the flank. And they're going to die fairly quickly. They didn't get a great charge. There's a big blob over here now. The levy pikemen are involved. It might go in Macedon's favour. The Aspis are getting 2v1'd over here. They're still doing well though. And now Joe should really keep pulling back in the centre so he don't get caught by the pikes, but this Principe might die. Yeah, he's pulling back with his other units. And he's just getting shots off with the skirmishers. The Cav's got in the back over here. Against shield bearers, it's going to die, but at least it's distracting on these skirmishers and it's giving the Hastati the ability to get in the back here. There's still a load of free units from Rome. Companion Cav have just destroyed one unit and they're beating another by the looks of it. It's quite an even fight, but I'd expect it to go to the Aspis in the end. There's a little bit of cav left in the centre, but he's just pushing forward the pikes who can't really do anything right now. Although the Hastati's gone down, so he's kind of winning on the right flank. These pikemen are getting caught by the Hastati, but pikes are just able to turn around so easily that the Hastati won't really do much. And you can't get a rear charge with the legionaries because the pikes can just turn around too easily. It's really hard to take out pikes unless you're in a 2v1 situation. See, over here they managed to kill the Hastati and then turn around straight away and pin the legionaries down. It's pretty ridiculous. The Saki Exeter is getting into the Aspis, but the spotting fire from the Cretians is going to help tip the balance. These Aspis have barely lost anyone. Yeah, 100 kills is pretty crazy. Big grind over here, Saki Exeter are going to die eventually. There's still quite a few pikes left, but he's really broken up at this point. If I was him, I'd just try and regroup with these pike units. This pikeman's finally been sandwiched in between the Principes and the Legionaries, but now it's pinned against another unit and it's got some more on the flank. The Aspis are finally getting overwhelmed by the Legionary Cav and the Legionaries. I'd like to see the Shield Bearer get a bit more involved at this point. And now Macedon's going for a big flank. Straight into the Legionaries. The Lyric Slingers, they're not going to be as effective while all these units are in the forest. But there's still quite a lot of infantry left for Rome. It's just hard to use it at the moment. There's very little, I don't think there's any cavalry left for Rome at the moment. He's kind of wasted it. These units should be pulling back as well. He's managed to rout the cavalry over here. The pikes are still chasing. Thracian warriors still alive, but they're gonna die in the melee. They've done a decent amount of damage though, and they really helped tip the fight on that side. So now there's 3 Cretan archers left, 3 pikemen, Thracians and the shield bearer. This Aspis still isn't dead, but they didn't rout with 1 person left. That's ridiculous. I really think Aspis are a bit too strong at the moment. So, there's a legionary cav left for Rome, so this is going to be really important. I don't think Macedon has spotted it, so he could do some damage. Oh yeah, he's focusing it with the Cretians, but this could do some really good damage. He needs to start wrapping around with these units here. You've got legionaries in the centre. These guys should be attacking the levy pikemen. Legionaries are going to die now to the shield bearer. This unit is really important now. We've got a lot of men left, it's good in melee. So now he's trying to kite with the archers, but one of them's got caught. And he might be able to pull out in time with the legionary cav. This pikeman's kind of exposed. He's finally taken the engagement with the legionaries against the levy pikemen. Again, the pikemen can just put the pikes down in combat, so they won't die as quickly as you'd expect. Legatus is pulling out, and now this is good. He's got all his archers and slingers on different sides, so whichever way the pikemen chase, they're going to get shot at. Flanking with the legionaries, and the pikemen are finally going to go down. And the shield bearer can support, but he's outnumbered at this point. I think this is a... Is this a melee charge from the Cretans? Yeah, a melee engagement full of skirmishers. So that tells me that they don't really have any ammo on the Macedon side, and he's kind of given up. Shield bearer making a valiant last stand, but he's being flanked at this point. There's just too many skirmishers for Rome. So yeah. Yawning Firefly really predicted the Macedon build quite well, and he countered it fairly easily. Although the Macedon play he was trying to be aggressive with pikes, which isn't really how you can play with them. He was getting a bit broken up, and he was letting Rome use the numbers advantage in the centre to the best of the possible ability, really. Just one unit of pikemen left and the general. He is winning, but assuming these guys have ammunition left, there's no chance they're going to be able to turn the tide of the battle. Archers finally routing. Be interesting to see how this battle would have been on a map without as many trees. Possibly even more in favour of Rome because of all the skirmishers. So we see it was quite a risky build from Joe, bringing a lot of skirmishers and a lot of cav, but it worked out in the end. He didn't need the usual sword units that you see Rome bring. He just took the cheaper ones and used numbers to his advantage. Go fast forward this now, it's already the done deal. Just kiting and firing at this point. It's a strange move from Jaws, sending his general. You know, he's not going to do too much damage at this point. It's a bit risky. So actually, it doesn't seem like Joe has much ammo left, so... I mean, these shield bearers have taken a lot of damage, but he has no melee units left. And there's still pikemen to protect the back. And the gem might finally rout. He's not got the Inspire General, give him more morale. Only 16 men left. Yeah, it's just weight of numbers at this point. Although they haven't routed. I'm not sure if the general's actually died. Yeah, he is, but they've managed to keep the units going somehow. He's charging in with the cav, trying to rout the pikemen. But these guys aren't breaking yet. They've got 2 XP, 100 men left. So now it's going to be these 4 units that Joe has left, just against 1 pikeman. It really should, I mean, it's closer than it should have been, but I still think Rome will win. He just needs to get a flank, 1 unit in the front and then cav charges in the back, and it should be over fairly quickly. You know, the general's dead and they're not like the highest morale unit anyway. Yeah, this is good play, just getting in from all angles. He needs to make sure he times the charge as well though. If units go in 1 by 1, then he could very well lose. So he's just feinting the charge here to get the pikes to turn around. And now he's coming in from the other side. Although he's still pointing the pikes at the cav, which is a good move because these guys aren't going to do too much damage in melee. And now he turns around. So he's kind of getting in the side of the unit with the general, which is good. They're getting attacked in the rear penalty at this point. But they're still winning combat. I know he's pulling out with the slingers. Not the best move, I don't think. But the pikes aren't really dying at all. I don't like how pikes are at the moment, to be honest. Like a rear charge when they're the only unit left on the field. The generals died, they're getting attacked from both sides. These guys should be routed. But somehow the battle's still going, and now the Syrian archers are routing. He really needs... He can't send in his melee units without cav support at this point. And these legionary cav just sitting there. Like, he shouldn't be sending in these Syrian archers while the cav hasn't been charged in. I know he's coming in for a charge now, but he's lost his melee units. And that rear charge did nothing because his archers were kind of in the way. And now the pike can just turn around and destroy this unit, and the gen is kind of too slow charging in, and the pikes can just turn around again. It's pretty ridiculous how easy it is for the pikes to just adjust and destroy anyone. In this whole time they've only lost about 40 men, and they've taken down like 2 or 3 units. This is just, this is crazy. And now Macedon is actually going to win this game. No way Macedon should have won this. There was some mistakes in the late game from Rome, but through the overall battle and just how Macedon played, this really shouldn't have been the result. I mean, fair play to Bobi, like how he microed his pikemen at the end, but this is just ridiculous, to be honest. Like, pikes need to be changed. They should not be able to turn around that easily. There should be a lot bigger penalties getting attacked in the rear. And there you go. Rome somehow lost the game. What a crazy battle. So I think one of the big reasons Rome lost was the cav not getting many kills apart from this one unit. The skirmishers actually did really well, but the infantry didn't do anything either. The Aspis, they got pretty good kills, but what the stats don't tell you is just how long they stayed alive and how much time they wasted. The shield bearers did really well because they just came in the late game. Archers not too good. Pikemen, that that was the one unit that was left at the end. That is insane. I know the others didn't do that well, but one pike unit that cost 600 should not be able to perform like that. That is pretty ridiculous. So yeah, blade balance, it's made some good changes, but there's still some things that need to be refined. I don't think pikes they're better than they were, but they're still a bit iffy. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the battle. 1 like equals 1 pray. See you next time. Peace.